Hi chicas, I'm here with Julissa Arce, who's the author of My Underground American Dream. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So walk us a little through your story. It was very inspirational and we would love to hear without giving too much because we want them to get the book.
Right. So the book really focuses on my story of coming to the US as an immigrant and becoming undocumented when I was 14 years old when my visa expired. And the book really takes you through my journey of going to college, even though it was really difficult to go to college because I was undocumented, and then becoming a vice president at Goldman Sachs. And of course, there was a lot of details that happened in between those bullet points, but the story really talks about what is the cost of the American dream, what are the sacrifices that are necessary to pursue your dreams.
Okay. I know a lot of people who read your story or read the book will have this question. Why did you choose to leave the financial industry when you had this huge position in Goldman Sachs and you were in Merrill Lynch? Like, what was that moment where you were like, what made you decide?
Yeah, it's funny because my mom asks me the same question all the time. She's like, Mija, why did you leave that job? But for me, I found out I was undocumented when I was 14 years old. And every decision I made from that point forward had to do with my immigration status. And so I felt very caged in. Like, I can't make choices and decisions for myself. I'm very limited in the scope of decisions that I can make and opportunities I can pursue. And so when I finally got my green card, it freed me to be able to take a step back and say, what do I want to do with my life? And as much as I enjoyed my time on Wall Street and it was exhilarating, it's an exhilarating environment to be a part of course, it comes with its own set of challenges and difficulties, but once I was able to take that step back, I realized this isn't what I want to do with the rest of my life. There are other things and opportunities that I want to pursue, and right now is sort of the moment to use the voice that I have and the platform that I've been so fortunate to build, to use it to help other people and to open the doors of opportunity for more people who are still living in the reality that I lived in for so many years.
You said education was the way out. Is that still how you feel?
Yeah, I think education is a great leveler. And for me, it was my way in and my way out. It was my way out of poverty, and it was my way into America. And I think that education is the one thing that no one could ever take away from you.
And what is your biggest advice to young Latinas?
So career-wise, there's a few things. I think as women, and I think as women and then as Latinas, we have this tendency to not ask for what we want and we think that self-promotion is this bad, evil thing. And it's not. Like, if you don't believe in your own abilities, how can you get anybody else to buy into your vision? The second thing is to ask questions, because if you don't ask questions, the answer is already no.
Your book comes at a very important time during the presidential campaign. How important is this campaign to you, the message that you're empowering in this book and all that's being said and done in this campaign?
So for me, it's historic in my life that it's the first time that I can vote, and I don't think that there has been another more critical or more important election to vote in than this election, because the rhetoric that has been used to describe immigrants and Mexican immigrants and Latinos has been so harmful. And there are real issues that are at hand in this election. And so I'm incredibly honored to be able to vote. And I encourage all Latinos to go out and vote and register to vote, because the way to the White House is through the Latino vote. And we really have to start, yes, of course, celebrating our culture, but also realizing the power in our numbers, because we can make a really big difference in this election.
Thank you so much for sharing your story and releasing this book. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So be sure to pick up My Underground American Dream by Julissa Arce, and stay tuned for more on Chica.